Joanne, you're out here homeless. We just helped you move a bunch of your stuff into storage.
Spent a half a day with me.
It's what you have left. So tell me your story.
Basically, I've been in and out of homelessness since 1990. So I figure I have a Ph.D. in homelessness. I got raw experience in helping people. I try to use homelessness as an internship into life instead of looking at it negatively, trying to turn lemons into lemonade and do something good for people while I'm in this arena. Seeing as I'm not drug addicted and I'm not an alcoholic, but I am financially and physically disabled, I try to do good things, I feed people, I cook for people. I've had a tent camp and I've taken people in, and I would like to talk about the future. The past is over. It's a cash check. It's a closed book. So where do I go from here is, try to make some good decisions, try to make some good connections, because we can't make it in this world by ourselves. People think that, you're an island. You can do everything by yourself. I'm here to tell you, I've been out here on this sidewalk for 1 solid month.
Well, we'll go on the future, but you were evicted. All your stuff, and this is...
I wasn't evicted. I was living with people whose house went into foreclosure.
Okay, the house was into foreclosure.
And my room became extinct when the sheriff, closed the house down.
And they put everything out here on the curb.
Right. I had to move. They didn't even come back to give me a hand to get the stuff out of the house. I had to find somebody with a truck immediately. And my, short thinking was, come to the empty store. It's out of business. Nobody's here, so nobody should really complain. Well, I was wrong. Somebody gave me a hard time about being on this property and whatnot, but a police officer came and to the rescue, and the good guys solved the problem.
Okay, well, what's happening tonight? You're going to sleep out here tonight? You've been sleeping out here for 30 days?
1 day at a time. I mean, I need another haul to the U-Haul, and I'm pleading for somebody's help to come to Circuit City with a SUV or a truck to help me get this last load into storage. And that's what I need for today. I'm going 1 day at a time. I had the help of 4 people and a limited time window for a truck, and 4 people who volunteered without pay, without anything, who just came by the grace of God to give me a hand. And I'm gracious, and I'd like to say thank you to all those who participated. The storage, I'd like to thank U-Haul, who made this all possible. Even though I wasn't able to use her storage, I just want to give her a big kudos for her caring and selflessness that she put out for me. And don't think that I'm not thankful. I'm sorry that I couldn't use her storage, but I'm grateful that there are still good people out there who care about homeless people. We all think that everybody's against us because we're homeless, and there are many people that will give you grief, but there's a whole lot of people with big hearts, with Christian people in Pasadena proper, and I have to give kudos to Pasadena because they could have made my life a whole lot more miserable, but by the grace of God, there's some good police officers around here too. We don't give them enough pats on the back.
So you've been out here 30 days.
30 days in this spot.
You give food stamps, but you don't have any income.
No income.
How do you survive?
By the grace of God and God's people. I mean, I don't really panhandle. I haven't. I mean, I can, and I have on occasion, but really it's God's people who have offered up food, who've offered up money on occasion, just to get me through. The Bible says, don't worry about what food you should eat, or what clothes you should wear. I shall provide, and I'm walking testimony to that fact because God sent his angels to keep me alive.
Last night I actually lost sleep thinking about you even before we met, because I knew your stuff here, and this is only what's left after our first trip to storage, was all thrown outside, and you've been living here outside 30 days. Now I thought it was an eviction, but it was from a foreclosure. I just can't imagine.
It's I've been outside, before, and I tried to, when I became homeless before, I found a plot of land and landed on it, and kind of claimed it for myself, and I turned it into a place where homeless people could come and do art. It was across from the Children's Art Center, and that was very viable for about a year. But then, it takes one person to spoil something good, and that turned into something, not so good toward the end. But life goes on. We have to keep going, keep rolling with the punches. I would love to be inside. I would love to have a normal life, but I have a whole lot of different things, and everybody's case or everybody's life is different. Every key doesn't fit, everybody's life.
What do you think? How can people help homelessness? What's the answer to homelessness?
A really big thing is to be conscious that people are normal. I mean, there are homeless people that are not normal, but there's a whole lot of normal homeless people. You don't have to run and crouch in the corner or run away from homeless people, because I have a college background. I've worked at wonderful jobs. I have a foundation poured by some of the best realtors in America. And I've worked at wonderful, institutions, but right now I don't have that wonderful job, and I have, no finances, and it doesn't make me a scary person. You don't have to look the other way. You can say hello to homeless people. They're not going to bite you. They're not, everybody is not crazy or addicted or negative. There are some homeless people that are praying, that are Christian, that are, needing a little hand. I mean, sometimes it's not about money. People think I can't go to her because I don't have $2 to give her. It's about consciousness. It's about, how are you doing as a human being, man to man, person to person, not about your $2.
Hey, we're running to the end here. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Naturally, I would like to have a roof over my head, but I like to, more than anything, to have God in my life and direct my path. I may not get a house, but I know these are God's walls, and I know under God's walls I have a hedge of protection, because the big bad wolf can't blow this down.
Okay, anything last that you'd like to say?
If there's anybody out there who has a garage or a storage facility or someplace that I can have a little bit more permanence at, I would appreciate help. I have a strong business background. I haven't had a job in a while. I have had several surgeries. I have a broke ankle at the current moment, but my brain is functioning just fine.
So you're willing to work?
I'm willing to try.
Yeah, I noticed that you said you were applying around here. Anyways, thank you very much for talking to me today.
Nothing beats a failure but a try.